Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Bumper here, okay, back today with a new video, okay, and believe it or not, two on the bench, so I'm doing another episode of the 39, okay, just a quick spill then. The 39 is a series I'm doing with my man Trev over at Double Bill Movies. We're just going through the 39 band video nasties, the category A ones, okay, we're some way through now. I think, gosh, we only got like 4 or 5 movies left. So, yeah, it's coming to the end. It's taken us a couple of years, but we always said, we'd do it at our own luxury. And that's what we've done. All right, then. So today's movie is a movie called Snuff. I'll put a picture here because I don't actually own a physical media copy of this one. Trev's got it. Trev's got a nice Blu-ray from Blue Underground. So I had to do a homebrew copy, but it was the same one because when it came up on the screen, it says Snuff. Then underneath the little tray bag writing, it said property of Blue Underground. So they must own it all the way through, so it was the uncut version anyway, for what it's worth. So before I go into Trev's notes, the first thing I'll say is this movie was different than what I thought. Okay, I thought it was going to be a compilation movie like Faces of Death. I thought it was going to be just scene after scene of grossness, but it wasn't. It was an actual film, so that was a bit of a relief to start with. I got to be fair. So I'm going to get on to Trev's notes now. I think I would have got these prepared. As you noticed, I got a bit of a new setup. It's so much easier for me to record movies. I know I haven't got them behind me. People like the aesthetic, don't they, of seeing all your movies in the background. But then when I think about it, people like Nigel and all don't, do they? And it's just so much easier for me to do it like this. And I can just put out so much more content. So I'll stick some films by there for production value. Anyway, enough waffle. Trev notes. Here we go then. All right, so Trev starts off then. This is definitely one of the worst video nasties out of the 39 section 1 titles, okay? So I haven't read his notes before, but I'm glad he said that, right? Because although this movie started off well, started off with all these kick-ass biker chicks, and it looked like a proper 70s grindhouse exploitation movie, like something like Switchblade Sisters, and things like that. So I thought, oh, this might be all right, actually, like the way it started, but yeah, it soon went downhill, I gotta be fair. So Trav says, unsure what it's trying to be, a thriller or a poor drama with some bloody bits. So yeah, again, there was a storyline to it, something about a Charles Manson type cult, and they're going after this actress that they want to kill. It's just a complete rip off on the Sharon Tate murder, really, and then Trev says half the film is taken up by stock footage of a carnival, poorly blended in with the cast of the film. So yeah, like they used to do in the olden days. If they couldn't fill the running time, you just get loads of stock footage, and is of a carnival, like Trev says, and like the quality difference is that noticeable. There's a big jump between when it's the stock footage and when it's not. There's only about a running time, about 110 of about 70 minutes, an hour and 10 on this film. And that's padded out, but then there's an extra thing at the end, which we'll come on to in a bit. Okay, the dubbing sounds like it was done in an echo chamber. Again, yeah, the sound was awful. I couldn't even understand half the things that people were saying. The end scene is its only saving grace, and even that was pretty naff because it's more of an afterthought. Okay, so I'll touch upon this a bit. Some people might say it's a spoiler, but this film is 70 years old or whatever, and I don't think anyone's going to be rushing out to watch it. So what I do in this film, I've seen this done since, so it definitely laid a blueprint. This film is made by a husband and wife duo, which was quite popular in the 60s and the 70s. Again, they pool their resources and do it. And at the end, anyway, they wrap filming, you think the film's ended, and the camera crew, they all start congratulating each other, and the director's hugging his missus, saying, well done. And then, it slowly starts to get a bit weird, and all of a sudden it turns into this murder set piece where the guy murders his wife, and but it's gross. He cuts her finger off, cuts her arm off, cuts her open and pulls all her intestines out. And that was the, what's the word I'm looking for, the niche, the trick of the movie. It had people wondering if the camera should have carried on rolling and if what they seen was a real murder. And that would have been great if it wasn't for the blood. Do you know what I mean? You could just tell straight away it's completely fake as fuck, because the blood in these days just looks like paint, and it's just red paint. So, it's just no good. But I give him credit for trying that. And that's what gave the film its notoriety and why it's even in this thing in the first place, because the violence for the film is very tame indeed. You don't need to be on the video nasty list, but we'll come to that now, I guess. Did it feel like watching a video nasty? Kind of, but not really enough to say yes. So what Trev means there is, aesthetically, yeah, it looks like all the other films that were made around that time. It looks a bit like Blood Feast, looks a bit like Act. That sort of low budget feel. But yeah, the violence was crap. There's a bit at the start, like when this girl runs away from the cult, nicks loads of drugs, and they find her in a field off her face. And yeah, God, I've lost my train of thought now. Sorry, some noise just put me off there. So yeah, anyway, so they torture this girl as she nicks the drugs. Like they put her feet in this contraption and like they start like just stabbing her foot. But it just looks terrible. Like the blood's awful and yeah, it's just not up to much cop to be fair. Um, should it be a video nasty? Yes, the end scene and the dialogue scene talking about her childhood abuse ticks the video nasty boxes. So Trav said it should be, and I guess it should be because the end is pretty nasty, especially because you're supposed to think is real. I guess that's the reason they call it snuff because the word snuff doesn't really relate to anything else in the film. So it's like they had this little 5 minute idea and they had to just build this film around it. Should modern horror fans check it out? Only if you really want to be a die-hard video nasty connoisseur. So yeah, like I said, it's not mature. You might stick it on and think, oh my god, this looks amazing. It starts like a Russ Meyer film, starts like a Quentin Tarantino type of film that he would enjoy in the 70s, but like I said, it soon just veers downhill in the trash. If I was to give it a positive, I'd say the actresses in it are quite nice looking, do you know what I mean? And there's some boobage and all that, so you get all that caper. So then Trav just goes on to say the picture on my Blue Underground Blu-ray was pleasing and the end scene was pretty cool, but overall, as I said, one of the worst video nasties. So yeah, it wasn't great really. The end was a bit of a good idea that was badly executed. I can see why back in the day it might have got a bit of tails wagging because yeah, they believe anything back then, wouldn't they? But nah, overall, I wouldn't say check it out really unless the opportunity comes along, like you pick up the Blu-ray in a charity shop or something, good luck with that, but you know what I mean. So anyway, Trav's giving it 5 out of 10. I can't be that generous. I thought it was horrendous. Gotta be fair. Like I even watched it a second time, but sort of flicked through it just to do this review, and yeah, it's not one that's going to be watched again. It wasn't a grow. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 10 because it was pretty damn rubbish. All right then, so I've been Bumper. Thanks for watching. So the next one will be on Trev's now. I done 2 in a row because we messed up the order early on, and Trev wants to get back into the right order. Plus, I think he's probably got a nice release for the next film that he wants to show off. So that's fine. I've been Bumper on behalf of me and Trev. Then thanks for watching, and I'm going to catch you with some more content very soon.